Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free, impartial advice on all your debt.
Garcia continue his rapid ascent.
Campbell. This is something that comes along every now and then in generation, and it's special, and there's no hype.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We're at Finchley ABC here. I'm joined by Anthony Joshua. First of all, how are you, mate?
All good, mate. Yourself?
Very well.
Thanks for coming down. It's been a while. It's good to see you in my second home.
Absolutely. First of all, news today that you are pledging a substantial amount of money into English, Welsh and Scottish amateur boxing. So first of all, why the decision to do that?
Why not? This is where I'm at. This is grassroots boxing here. I'm in Finch ABC. I still train here. I know how difficult it is for the clubs to stay open, bills to be paid, for the kids as well, local communities that are suffering. So it's just about trying to find something that's positive. I support a lot of causes, but the reason why we want to bring attention to this is because there's an element where the government are backing different sports, and boxing went on the list. I could talk about wrestling, swimming, all different sports, but boxing is obviously the one that I represent. So hopefully it raises a few eyebrows, and in the future, when the government, they've been doing a great job, you know, with furlough schemes, supporting different sports, but hopefully they can look at boxing as well. And people from like private sectors, big companies that want to help support boxing can team up with myself or the federations of England, Scotland and Wales, even Ireland, and support these grassroots boxing gyms.
It was a few weeks ago where the government announced that £300 million survival winter package, and there was a lot of obviously talk amongst people involved in boxing about why boxing was excluded from that. It was a few weeks of people making noise on social media, but nothing was really done. So I suppose we can make noise and we can tweet this and tweet that and say this, but you're actually physically doing something about it.
Yeah, I learned that this year is, you know, we can make noise and so on about different things and different causes, which is important because it brings attention. And that's what brought to my attention. That's when I started doing some reading. I come across the article of the head of Repton boxing gym, and I read his article, and it made me realise how tough it is for the gyms and some of the financial sides of what it takes to run a gym. And it's not the most lucrative business. But what I learned this year is, you know, let's talk more action. You know, do more substantial things if I can. Everyone's got a part to play, and I felt like my part in this was to do something more substantial. I'm blessed. I've done something positive through boxing. I've come through the grassroots, which is Finchley, gone to the GB setup, gone to like the World European Championships, and then I've now turned professional where I've got the belts. And I feel like if I can, I'm well connected to the grassroots, so I understand what the clubs are going through now, reading that. And I would hate for this gym to close and many others around England, Wales and Scotland, bro. Imagine me being 18 again and them telling me, listen, by the time this pandemic's open, by the time everything's open again, boxing gyms are going to close forever and they're going to build flats there or something like that. I'll be like, what? Whether I care or not, I'm 18, but there would be no potential AJ versus Tyson Fury. There would be no mega fight happening. So, you know, it's important to try and support these gyms through these tough times, because I can't wait to sit back as an old man and watch the next heavyweight champion coming through. It'll be sick. So I don't want to lose out on a generation. Do you know what I mean? I want to kind of keep that momentum going and hopefully build towards the next, you know, the future leaders of tomorrow.
I suppose it would be difficult to see the impact of what you're doing right away. I think in the years to come, you could probably look back and see that impact with the situation we're in right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know how much of an impact it will have, but I just think every little helps. Just to give someone a bit of breathing space for a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is. But as I said, the government have done a great job, and they've got their reasons as to why they put their money where they put their money. And every single person you ask would do it differently. So there's not one rule that fits everything. So it's just about next time, you know, doing something, you know, for the grassroots boxing so they don't get forgotten. And hopefully long sustainable actions will make big differences. But we can never forget about these gyms here, bro. These gyms is what makes us. This is like even this gym here, this ring here behind me. I sparred Tyson Fury here in 2010, and potentially that's going to be one of the biggest fights that this country and this world's ever seen in the heavyweight division. So it's just amazing how like it all starts from these grassroots gyms, but they're easily forgotten about.
You ain't got to do this, but you are.
Nah, yeah. It's nothing. It's natural. It's just what we do. It's natural. We do a lot of things, but this one needs the attention because there's a government scheme that's helping, isn't it? So it's important to bring the attention to boxing.
So it's been about a week and a half since your win at Wembley Arena, which is great to see the fans back. And
feeling like AJ at Wembley. Yeah, that was a banger. That was a really, like that ring walk was one of the best ring walks I've done. That was special. It was good to have the fans back. I spoke to my mate Boris. I said, listen, mate, we need a couple of fans in there. Do you know what I mean? Change the tears for me, and boom, bam, bam. Got 1,000 of my mates in. Had a great night, and then closed it up again after the fight. So yeah,
job done.
Job done, mate. Back to it. Ready for 2021. Ready for Tyson. If that's the man that's keen to fight me, if he's serious, I'm ready, 100%.
Let's talk about your performance against Pulev first of all.
Job done, on to the next. Mandatory complete. I'm not even interested in the performance. It was just about I want to go through 2021. I want to get my hands on the belt if I can next year.
Okay, let's talk about after, okay? Because obviously we couldn't talk about Tyson Fury beforehand. You were focused on getting the job done, which you did.
Yeah.
That's over.
Talking about like after the interview and stuff.
Yeah, obviously people wanted to see an intent from you.
Do you know what it is,
when
right?
you were asked about Tyson Fury?
I said, let's talk more action. I've done all the talking. I can't believe last year I chased the Wilder fight. You know, before the Ruiz one fight, it was all about Wilder, all about Fury, this, that. I'd done so much chasing. People telling me I was ducking him, I don't want to fight the best. And then he come out and said on his social media, Joshua gave me a lucrative offer, and he was the one who turned it down. So I realised from that point, I'm not chasing these guys anymore. Until it's serious, I'm not going around trying to prove myself. Look, after that fight, I didn't even want to do an interview anyway. I said, I just want to walk out the ring. After I fought, I want to walk out and go about my business. I'm tired of just speaking. I'm tired of just talking. And that's what that was. I said, if it's Tyson Fury with a WBC belt, let it be Tyson Fury I fight. I'm keen to fight Tyson Fury. It's a challenge for myself. I respect the man for what he's achieved. He's a phenomenal athlete. However, I want to challenge myself and fight the best in the division. If he is the best in the division, let's get it cracking. I'm keen. I've fought about 6, 7 champions in my career, and he'll be another champion that I'll add to my roster as well. One I'm confident of beating. Get my mind in the right place. I'm training tonight. I'm back on it. I've been back on it, you know, before this evening. I'm just keen to just continue this path of testing myself and trying to achieve great things.
What did you make of his video that he put out after your win?
More talk and less action. The complete opposite to what I'm trying to do. I'm less talk, more action. He's more talk. Bro, if he's down, like, honestly, I've set my team, 258 management, up a task to get done before Christmas. They haven't got until, but they want to get them in a position where they're doing certain things to be proactive rather than reactive. So they're out working as we speak now. Some people are abroad speaking to certain people, and some people are here drafting certain contracts to get in a position where we can start having talks about how this fight will look logistically. But whatever he wants to do, he's a fighting man, right? He ain't scared to fight. None of us are scared to fight. That's not the problem, but let's not use this as a chance to try and build profile off of each other's back. Let's just fight. Let's just get the fight done. The fight's big enough as it is. I don't need to belittle him or anything like that. You know, we can use this as a great time to unite, to come together with all the stuff that's happened this year. We can use it as a time to bring the country together, to bring attention to grassroots boxing and do something major and amazing. But this ain't about PR. This ain't about popularity contest. This ain't about who's scared and who's not scared. Because when that first bell goes, there ain't no fear in none of us. We're just there to fight. So, you know, when he went online and spoke, I was just like, that's just what I'm not standing for. Like, I'm not here to talk and do less action. Less talk and more action right now. Let's get the fight done. It's the fight that people want to see. Do they care if I lose a belt to Usyk? Because do I have to give one up? I'm not too sure right now. I don't want to because it's the road to undisputed. But if that's the case and the people want to see the fight and they don't care, then so be it. I'll give it up.
But do you accept that the fight with Tyson Fury is bigger than being undisputed?
Yeah, it is. It is because I know, when I win, I'll go back to fight for that belt anyway. That'll be my goal. If they don't throw a mandatory on me, they have to. Do you know what I mean? If I can fight Tyson Fury, rematch him, because there was obviously going to be a rematch in there. I beat him again. I get over these 2 difficult hurdles because they're serious fights. I'll go straight back to try and fight for that title fight, 100%.
We know it's unlikely that the fight is going to take place in the UK. Is that fair to say?
To be honest, I'm not even interested in all this stuff no more. Where it's going to be the percentage split, just split it down the middle. Simple as. I'm not interested in going back and forth. It's going to be Tyson Fury, WBO or not. I don't really. It is what it is. Just let's get the fight done, I think.
So what are the potential stumbling blocks that could either delay this fight from happening or the fight doesn't happen?
Nothing.
From
Well, the pandemic and where it's going to be. That's it. That's the only thing. But nothing, nah.
So it's literally to you, it's loose ends. It's all them things that you let your team pretty much handle to a certain degree. Yeah. It's that. But as regards to wanting the fight, the split, which has been sorted, there's nothing.
No, nothing. I'm chilled. I'm relaxed. It's only a fight. It's not a big deal. It's only do you know what I mean? It's a 12-round fight. I do rounds. I've done rounds and rounds in my career. As I said, I've been in the ring with Fury, this ring here, in 2010. Talk about the performance. You probably want to mention those uppercuts, right? Fury knows about them uppercuts. He said it on a BBC interview years ago. I respect him for his honesty. Sparring, you don't gain nothing, but it's nice to share a ring with someone I'm going to compete with. And it's funny how you mentioned the uppercut years back that you can see throughout my career. It's been a punch that has brought many successes my way. So I just look forward to competing with him. Don't care where it is, splits, no hold-ups. Let's just get it rolling.
If the WBR are insistent you do have to face your mandatory challenger, Alexander Usyk, what will you do?
Whatever the public want, give up the belt or fight Usyk, I don't care. If I go left, I've got Usyk, good fighter. If I go right, I've got Fury, good fighter. There's no easy touches with my career, do you know what I mean? I take good challenges every step of the way, and either one of them I don't have no fear for. I have respect for, but I don't have no fear for. There's nothing, right? Every time I announce a fight, I show up, I'm ready. You know I'm going to give it 100%. Even if you think this guy is going to batter me or he's better skilled than me or whatever, I'm going to come to perform and give you a good performance. And that's just what I want to do, is put on good fights, good shows. If it's Usyk, so be it. If it's Fury, so be it. Either way, it's a tough 2021 for me.
How do you see this first fight with Fury playing out in your head when you think of that? Because you're focused completely on that by the looks of it now. Yes, how do you see that fight playing out?
Getting sparring in. Today, me and Ben, we've been speaking about sparring already. Ready? Just how do I see it going?
How do you see that fight playing out for you?
What, from round one?
The first Tyson Fury fight.
Relaxed. I can see everything he's doing. I analyse it. I react well. And I don't want to say too much, but basically when I'm in front of him, like, for other people, the world moves at a million, like the boxer in front of you is moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour. But for me, I know how to slow down the fighter so I can see everything coming. So I'll just be in my zone and I'll be able to see everything happening, because in my mind I can slow down everything because I know how to deal with the pressure. I've been on the big stage in it, so I think that's helped me be able to deal with a lot of pressure. So in my mind, I can really manage. When you're tense, like if I flinch, you're gonna, like, you know what I mean? You react. You don't really know how to parry, defend, slip. I'll just be very relaxed in there, very relaxed but very alert. Very relaxed but very, like, kind of like Canelo. You know what I mean? He doesn't look like he comes out of first gear. He's just very, like, alert and very relaxed. Knows how to walk forward. That approach.
Do we see the style from Ruiz too, or do we see the style from Pulev?
You see a style. You'll just see a style that's there to win. Honestly, I don't actually go in the fight thinking this is how I'm going to box. I just know what it takes to win. I just feel like in my heart of hearts, I'll do whatever I have to do to win. And that's my main priority. just to go in there and do whatever it takes to win a fight. You know, so there's not so much based around like styles and strategy. The best strategy to have in a fighter's heart is to find a way to win. It's not so much like, this is the way I'm going to box. I'm just there to win.
So you don't envisage you knocking Fury out?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
What happened in the spar here?
It's only sparring, but he spoke about it. I never spoke about it, but if you go on, I think, BBC or YouTube, you can hear him talking about it. A younger Tyson Fury, throat's a bit more clear, speaking about the fight, the sparring we had. It was great. Sean was here. Sean, do you want to speak on it? Yeah. Come. This is my amateur coach here, Sean Murphy. He was here. He actually took the spar. So he came in the gym, didn't he?
Come in, Sean.
One sec.
Right, you might have to pass him the mic for a second.
I think it was a summer's heat. It was quite hot outside.
Garcia continue his rapid ascent.
Campbell. This is something that comes along every now and then in generation, and it's special, and there's no hype.
Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free impartial advice on all your debt.